Okay, so today, right about now, I'm going to be working on converting the base model brakes. As you can see here, they're just plain old regular brakes, nothing too fancy. I've got the Brembo brakes, so we're going to be putting Brembos on here, so it'll go from something really shitty to something awesome. It's really simple to do. You just got to remove the calipers, then you got to remove the rotor. So there's two screws normally. These ones are stars. They could be hex, they could be whatever your brand is. Two, boom, boom. Then the rotor comes off, and you have to change the rotor, because the rotor for the base model brakes is different than the one for the Brembos. So they're not going to be the same thickness. So you got to make sure you got the right rotors for the thickness of your brakes. Pretty much it's really simple. If you can't change brakes, I don't know. I'm not even a mechanic, and this is so easy. So I'll take it apart and get back to you. So I got the rotor off. I actually had to drill the bolts. They were stripped, both of them, couldn't get them out. So I just had to go ahead and drill the tops off so that I could get them off. Now you're gonna put the other rotor on. So this is the one for the Brembo brakes. I only got one hand. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. It's kind of heavy. There we go. Look up in the sky. Okay, so bam, bam, done. So once the rotor's on, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Brembo caliper on. I've got the original one still here because I'm gonna disconnect the line from here and then put that into the Brembo brake. And I hate brake fluid leaking all over the ground here, because as you can see, it's pretty dirty. My pants are always dirty. I don't mind though. I don't have a lift. I don't have a pit or anything like that. I'm just in the garage with no room, by the way. Literally 2 feet between here and there. But it's okay. You can get it done anywhere. You don't need a big, giant, fancy place to work on cars. Like, just have patience. You'll be good. So I will get the brake router or brake caliper back on and give you an update from there. Alright, there you have it. The Brembo brake is now installed. So the base model Jenny has Brembos front and back. We're gonna have the dual Brembos on the back, which is gonna look sick. So 2 giant Brembos on the back, which will be in one of these videos, maybe this video. It might be in a video where I show you how I installed the dual caliper on the back. Who knows? It's all to do with brakes, so might as well throw it into one giant video. Plus my car content is, you know, just average. Lighting's okay too. I'm not the big worry about it though. So yeah, blah, talking too much. Brembos are on. Spins good. Brake cleaned everything. Tried to get it all good. Just good. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so right now I'm working on putting on the dual caliper. It's from FDF Fab. They're great. They're actually pretty much local to the area where I'm from, so awesome stuff. They make really cool angle kits for all kinds of different cars as well, so make sure you go check FDF out. The guy that runs it, he's a really good driver as well. Crazy drifter. Bam, FDF. Anyway, so this is gonna allow me to have 2 different brakes. Now, my original Genesis was the GT. This one here is just a base model. I picked it up for really cheap, and it hasn't been bagged yet, so that's basically why I've got it. Nothing was rusted. The GT was really rusted and things were just hard to get off, so I took everything off the GT and I'm switching it over. So you can see the original brakes here. I'm going to be putting on the Brembos, and I'm going to be putting on the dual caliper. Now, I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I just do things. I'm not a pro. Basically, I take off all the arms back here so that I can pull this off, because you have to get the drive shaft, or sorry, the axle, my bad, out from here. So you're gonna need a 32 socket to take off this big bolt. You gotta take these little pins out. Once the pins are out, you can take the bolt off. It's actually really easy. It's not gonna be stuck on there. They're normally pretty greased up. You can see the grease in there. Really good, easy to get off. Boom. So then once I take that, I'll take everything apart. I'll separate this. I'll take the dust shield off, because I don't want a dust shield. Dust shields, this is a race car. We're gonna eliminate some weight. And then I will put the spacer goes on at the back. So this is a spacer. It does not go on the front here. It goes in the back. And basically it stops the axle from getting pinched. So if you don't put this spacer in and you put that bolt back on, because of the shifting when you put this in, it actually basically it makes it so that it pinches and then the brake doesn't turn. And it also makes your brakes, when you put them on, stick to the brake. So you have to put this spacer in the back. Then there's also other spacers right here. They go on your OEM brake. So they're gonna make it so that the brake comes out a bit, because this whole thing is pushing it out. And then it doesn't rub on the rotor. So you have to put these on the OEM side, and you put this on the back side. Once you separate, I'll get to it. So we're gonna pause for now. I'll get into it. I'll take more part and we'll come back at it. All right, so now I've got everything removed. All arms had to come off. It's not hard. This one here is the only one that's hard. You just gotta bang with a hammer and it'll pop out of that pinch point. Still not that hard. I use PB Buster sometimes if the bolts are a real bitch. PB Buster. I haven't had to use a torch in a long time. And plus I take my cars apart so much, I really shouldn't have to use torches. These are HSD coilovers. Don't recommend them. I recommend you spend your money on BCs. The customer service from HSD, piss poor. I broke my front ones. I've been waiting for over a year for replacement. Honestly, I've emailed them so many times. I just don't even care anymore. I don't even care. I'll just eat the money and buy BCs. So HSDs. Like, if they had to give me customer service, they would be a good coilover. But these are actually fairly brand new. I think I used them like once. They're ripping. Like, you can see the ripping and everything. Like, it's just bad quality. Like, are you kidding me? I didn't even use these on the track and they're all f***ing done. So, really disappointed. And the front one actually broke where the strut bar connects to it. I contacted their customer service at JSP Racing or wherever it was, JSP Performance or whoever, Jeff or something like that. He emailed me a few times. He even actually wanted me to take different ones. But then I would have had to buy new control arms or whatever. I would have had to buy something else. So I literally was going to spend $600 because your shit's cheap. Like, BCs, promise. BCs. I got BCs on the BMW. Wish I'd have put them on here too, on the Jenny. Anyway, so I won't bitch too much, sorry. Anyway, so this is the spacer I was talking about. It goes on the back side. Right here. Get on there. She's a tight squeeze, this one. Actually, the other one went on better. This one, I don't think it's gonna go on, so I'll have to give it a little bit of a rub down on the inside. I got a chisel, or not a chisel, I got a file. I'll give it a file. But yeah, that goes there. Yeah, we'll get past that point. It goes there, and that stops it from basically pinching the this will pinch it if you don't put the spacer in. So spacer here, and you put all this back on, but I still got to get to this though. So here we got to take apart the brake. So I'm gonna, because drum brakes are useless anyway, so I'm gonna remove all the drum brakes, just rip it out, cut the wires, you know, savage it, and then I'll come back to this. We're gonna take off the dust shield, we're gonna take off all the shielding, then you're gonna take off the bolts on the back. There's 4 bolts on the back. These 4 here, take them off, and then you have to crack it apart. So it does come apart right here at the seam. It doesn't look like it's gonna, but I promise it does come apart. So I'm gonna get at that, and then we'll be back right after that one. So yeah, I'll get to you, see it. All right, so I got everything prepped. Spacers on there. I had to give it just a tiny little file. Wasn't that bad. She's on now. The knuckle down here is ready to go. Like I said, you have to split it, and then you put the FDF Duel Caliper in there. It goes between the 2. Then you put those 4 bolts back in at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very, very simple. Honestly, it was easy. So now I'm gonna reassemble everything. I'm gonna get the Brembo brakes, everything back together, and then I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so on the side is the spacers I was talking about that go on your OEM brake side. Now, I found the easiest way to get this to actually go on was to put the bolt in with the spacer first. Then when you slide the brake caliper on, you just basically pull the bolt out enough to hold the spacer on. Then you slide the caliper in. If not, it's just such a pain to try and fiddle it in and put the spacer in once the caliper's on here. So honestly, if you just get it like that, right here on the top, and slide it in, it's so easy. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide on the calipers, and we're going from the stock base model up to the Brembo, so you're gonna see a huge difference when we're done. So literally, I won't be too long. Finally, I got the dual calipers installed. I did not get a real Brembo. Well, it is. This was at one time this was a real Brembo brake. And then I bought like the refurbished Brembo for this side, because this was actually worth a lot of money. Holy. Anyway, we do definitely have the real Brembos. Yeah, real Brembos. Honestly, the FDF kit made this amazing. So I'm gonna have the dual caliper hydraulic handbrake, so I'll be able to initiate coming up to corners. You pull the hydro, boom, back wheel locks up with this brake. This brake is controlled by your foot, so this is actually really wonderful. The best thing ever. I've got them in all my cars. I never did the bypass system. I just always did the dual caliper. The BMW was a weld-on one for my first one. The second one is gonna be, you'll see. I'm not letting that out of the bag. So there it is. Dual calipers installed, big and red. Ooh, I know, stock rims. Don't worry, I definitely have non-stock rims, but I just had to put them on just to show it's there, solid, it's not going anywhere. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was kind of insightful, because really, they were really easy, so just no problem at all. And if you actually had any real problems, you could always contact FDF. Their customer service is, boom, amazing. I mean, they get back to you within like a few minutes normally. That guy's amazing. Even on Instagram and my weed account, which is weird, he still replied. And a lot of people, they won't reply to my weed account. Like, what? I get it though. I get it. So maybe one day I'll even change the name so that it's not now. No, I am Cannabis Love forever. Till next time, peace.